What's up, my friend? Welcome back to another video. And today we are taking a look at a brand new library from Sonuscore called CHROMA. So this grand piano is a Yamaha C3, I believe. And yeah, it's basically very similar in a way to the Noir library from Native Instruments. It also kind of reminds me of Ascend from Heaviosity. So basically a great grand piano, but also sampled with sound design capabilities. And Sonuscore basically put in their own engine, so you can create arpeggiation, you can create rhythms, and so on and so forth. Very reminiscent of something like Noir, in my experience. So yeah, this is the sales page. You can read all you want about it, the different articulations, the different aspects that they sampled. So they didn't just sample the regular sustains, but they also brought in the brushes, the palm mutes, mallets, chains, and ebows. So we're going to hear a bit of those. Now, with any new library, this is kind of like a first look for me, so we won't go too deep. If you want to find out all the, every single detail, then definitely check out the Sonuscore YouTube channel where they kind of go over the different features, everything you need to know. But without further ado, let's kind of jump in. So first of all, big thank you to Sonuscore for sending me a copy. At the very end, we'll also do a giveaway if you're interested in potentially winning a copy of this library. We'll share those details at the very end. So this is the library, very simple. You can see it's just literally the one patch. And I've actually loaded in all these different articulations that we just went over on the page. I've turned the volumes down for now, just so we can hear the initial key, the key sustains. And this is what the initial sound is, what it right out of the box. But if you want to go with, any presets, you can go through this and click those as well. So without further ado, let me show you the regular sustains, and then we'll try out some of these other articulations as well. All right, so those are the articulations at their most basic. So let me just maybe turn back on the regular sustains here. And the core engine actually basically turns on this arpeggiator, if you will, but it's more than that, right? It goes through time, like you can go through the time sync, or you can just choose the milliseconds if you want to for very specific, rhythms. And then, yeah, down here are some more things you can alter with the engine, but let's just have a quick listen here. Right. And yeah, the engine itself has all of these different articulations applied as well, right? So, for example, if you don't want the regular key sustain for the engine, you can turn on the brushes, for example. So now we're going to hear the source of the sound going to be the regular grand piano, but the engine is going to be the brush as the engine. So let's have a listen. That's the basic functionality there. And then, of course, you have the mixer you can go with. Dynamic range tends to make it like if it's all the way up, then you get that variance in the velocity. But if you turn all the way down, then it's basically just that one velocity. It's a lot less sensitive, but it also makes it a lot less dynamic, right? You're going to get a very subdued type of sound here. And of course, with the engine there, it sounds really sparkly. So maybe let's hear some of these presets now. Oh, what's really cool, yeah, you can click here at the top. You can choose the different engine styles you want. So rhythmic, spherical, or granular. That's also really cool. And then the type of piano, natural, cinematic, layered. So maybe let's just go through. What would a film grand actually sound like? Let's see. Okay, maybe let's hear Celtic God. Now, you'll see that the GUI actually turned red, so this is actually incorporating the engine now, so. And I love how they have these little graphics showing the notes actually playing. Really neat. Let's go to a couple more. How about the past? So I'm gonna let the samples load here for a second. Here we go. So the engine's doing a lot of work there. Cool. Maybe let's go with some of these basic pulses here. Maybe basic pulses 8-3. See what this sounds like. really, really neat. There's one more I want to try here. I think it's called Intimacy. So this is your typical felt piano, very similar to the Noir felt. So. Right. So even just from these several patches, you can hear that this library has a lot of flexibility. And I think the best way to approach this library is in two parts. So the first one is literally just the sound itself, which contains, again, these different articulations. If you just want the regular sustains, then you want to turn on the key. And then these other ones, brushed, muted, mallets, chains, and ebow, these give you some layering capabilities, or just, solo them up if you want to just use those sounds themselves. And then after you've got your basic sound in and you want some of that engine arpeggiator magic, then you can turn that on just by clicking the button, and you'll know it's on if it turns red, right? And then you can play it and make sure you sync up the timing if you want to, like quarters, triplet, eighths, triplet quarters. And then if you want like a really good starting point, then you can always just go in here and choose one of these presets, which is pretty basic, right? So there we go. Yeah, so just another beautiful library. And in my opinion, I think this will be a really good complement to my existing choices, mainly being Cine Piano being the one that I use regularly for all my sketches, for even just my basic piano parts. But if I really want that signature warmer sound, or I want that flexibility, then CHROMA or Noir would definitely be up there in terms of the sound design choices and the engine playability that I would go for. So yeah, let me know what you think about this. Definitely a very flexible library, has a very specific purpose, I would say. For some, film scoring, or just coming up with more out there type of sounds. Lots of sound design capabilities, as we just saw. So you can really just have fun with this and go to town on it. But anyway, let's get into the giveaway actually. So just like usual, a couple things we want to do. First of all, make sure you fill out the form below. So enter your details, your name and email address, and that way I can contact you regarding the winners after this giveaway is over. Just know that you will also be signed up to my exclusive mailing list, where I'll send you free content every week to help you with your compositions. And I'll basically share stuff with you that I don't share anywhere else. Number 2 is to leave a comment under this video letting me know what you would use this library for, why would you enjoy using the library, what kind of sounds have inspired you so far. I'd love to know. And third and finally, just leave a like on this video. It always helps the channel and it's greatly appreciated, of course. Thank you so much. And by the way, if this giveaway has already passed, at the time of this recording, it's going to be over in like 2 days. So after that period, if you still want to purchase this library and you want to support the channel at the same time, feel free to use my link in the description box below, and you can grab the library. But it won't cost you anything extra, but it will help the channel out a little bit. It'll earn me a small commission as an affiliate. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, my friend. Bye-bye.